Yo, what up guys, beside me here with a champion guide for Lonatharil. I'll put timestamp below in this video if you want to skip to any section in this video. I want to show you how to use him in the early game if you just obtain him and you're new to it, and for end game players who have obtained this champion since he was available in the game through a fusion. Yes, I obtained it back then, and back then everybody says he was totally trash and I didn't bring him out of the vault until today, and I finally built him for one reason. I'm going to show you the end game content where I intend to use him, and also some early game gear recommendations and builds where you can use him in the early game to help your team. I'll start off with his skills on the A1, which is known to be used in Doom Tower, the Scarab boss, which he could destroy the enemy, the max HP of that Scarab boss. It has his own skill, naturally can do it on the A1, and he also places a shield randomly. It's not a shield that can be targeted. Anybody with the lowest HP will get that shield when he uses this A1. So that's two things you need for that Scarab boss. And some people say he can solo the Scarab boss. With this skill, you might have a little bit of sustaining to do for that content, but he can do this Scarab boss by only using this A1 every time on that boss. Depends on the level you're trying to beat him and the type of gear stats you have on him. I'd love to see somebody build him for that purpose, just to use him only for the Scarab. But there are many other ways to use to beat the Scarab, and this is not be the only reason you build this champion. All right, for the A2, he also has a shield. Yes, this champion is based on HP. His damage is based on HP. So you need a lot of shield, a lot of HP on this champion, so he can put big shields on your allies and also on himself. So that's it right here. Places a 20% shield based on his max HP right here. And it's for 3 turns. And if somebody is already dead on your ally team, he was going to make it a 30% shield instead. That's a strange condition, to wait till somebody dies before you now put a bigger shield. And yeah, this is also something that can be used in PvP, because these shields cannot be removed, stolen, or increase their duration. If somebody is already dead and he places this shield, if they are dead, any dead allies, this shield will even be bigger. Still on a 3-turn cooldown, but that's the only thing he adds. I wish he did something else besides just place a shield, like Ally Protect. Maybe since he's already tanky enough, he should come with something else, or maybe with increased defense. Maybe some other people might use him if he has those other buffs added to this skill. But that's all it does on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. And then on the A3, he places 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies. This is the reason why I brought him out of the vault. This skill, I didn't care about the A1. I don't bring him out of the vault for the A2. I brought him out of the vault for the A3. Increased crit damage buff on all allies is good, because we'll do 30% more crit damage if our crit damage is not enough, or even if we are already 250 or 300 crit damage, is going to add extra 30% for us. Everybody on the team is going to add more crit damage to their damage. It's a buff, and so it will help them. It teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. This is the reason why I brought him. So I did not know back then that it was an ally attack champion. We currently have some people using Farrakhan the Fat, and some people using Longbeard, some people using Lanarkist. There are a lot of other ally attack champions who are currently using in the Fire Knight. He is one of those champions who people saw that, oh, he actually brings a buff of increased crit damage, and then everybody can join. Because currently I use Lanarkist. I'll show you that team. So it seems like a better option, because everybody on the team joins that ally attack. I don't know if he also joins it though. He places increased crit damage, then teams up with all allies to attack a single enemy. I think he's also going to join the attack. From what we already know, there are some champions who do not join their ally attack hits. I know Longbeard joins, but Farrakhan the Fat does not join. And some other people just choose 3 people to join. So this is why I brought him out of the vault, and he's going to be a better ally attack champion that I currently have for that Fire Knight boss, because we need everybody to join and hit and bring that shield down on hard, which is very, very difficult. So that's why I'm going to use him. So his passive inflict 20% more damage against targets under shield. Now I'm thinking, who has shield in raid? Maybe PvP, maybe Doom Tower. That's what I'm thinking, but I have not seen any boss having a shield, except you give them your shield like the Hydra or something. But this is too conditional. I should just not put this much condition, because I don't think any bosses or much stages in PvE have shield. It's maybe in PvP they're expecting you to use him for that content, but check out his aura. It's Doom Tower. So they're expecting you to use this Doom Tower aura right here to boost HP by 35% for all your allies. So that's Lonatharil. Now you have an idea of why I brought him out of the vault. So you probably know what I'm going to build him with: high HP. Even if this is the only skill I need on him, that means I need him to be fast. So, but if you're going to use him in other content, these two skills will require high HP on this champion. It does not need accuracy. That's the cool part about this champion. Check out. Other champions that currently need might have accuracy, but he does not need accuracy. This one does not need accuracy. This one does not need. This gives you opportunity to build crit rate or crit damage in this champion's build, since he doesn't need accuracy. Let's show you how I build this champion for the end game, but also talk about some early game builds you might want to put on Lonatharil. Where is he? Finally out of the vault, and this is my end game build for early game players who are just coming in. Since you saw his skills, he doesn't need accuracy. All you need on this champion is speed. Early game players just go towards triple speed. That's what you put on Farrakhan the Fat. That's what you put on Longbeard or other champions who you're trying to make them go first before your allies take a turn, right? So this is how normally we build those early game champions. If I just squeeze everything closed and show only the ones that are recommended for early game build: speed. You want them to take a turn. Once they take a turn, whoever they target will begin to take a lot of damage, because every other person will join that hit. So that's why I say speed is important in the early game, not perception, not accuracy. He does not need it. Now, if you want this champion to keep himself alive a little bit, if you're going to be taking damage, lifesteal can go wrong with lifesteal in the early game. He's not a clan boss champion. As you can see from his skill set, ally attack is used in clan boss, but all his other skills, his A1, his A2 doesn't help you in the clan boss. Normally you want somebody else who does ally attack and something else for the clan boss. He doesn't bring any other thing to the clan boss, so I wouldn't recommend you use the champion in the early game for your clan boss, except you just need only that A3 for ally attack. So that's it right here, the early game recommendations, no perception. Now I'm scrolling over to my end game recommendation. Any champion who has ally attack, one thing we note or we see on them in the end game build is normally a relentless set. That's the first one I'll recommend. Now, why I didn't put this champion in a relentless set is because a lot of champions on my teams, I've done a lot of videos with relentless sets. Even my Farrakhan the Fat is in a relentless set. A lot of champions, Longbeard relentless set. So he doesn't have enough relentless sets in my team to give him that speed requirement. So if I put him in a relentless set, it's probably going to be like by 200, 220 speed. So that's the reason why I didn't put him. For that content Fire Knight had, I need more speed. So this is a way to go if you have enough of this set. But if you've been lucky enough to farm this artifact set right here called Reflex, that's the next one that I will highly recommend for those players who are having enough of this to put on him. If you lock out his A2 and he's only using his A3, that means this Reflex, which what does it do again? 40% chance to reduce the random skill cooldown. It will only reset, has a chance of resetting the cooldown of that A3, which means it's almost like relentless set. So for champions who need to use one particular skill over and over and over again, which is most valuable for them, Reflex set is the way to go if you want him to use that counter attack again and again and again and again. We're going to see it in battle in a live testing, see how many times this Reflex set actually procs and makes him use it again in battle. Hopefully it happens with some luck. 40% chance though. All right, so that's the two gear recommendations for the end game. Let me know in the comments if you have any other gear recommendations for your Lonatharil. Of course, if you do not have these two sets for end game, you can always mix and match sets as long as you meet the stats requirement, the speed requirements for the content you are trying to beat. So I've built this one according to the Fire Knight hard mode I'm trying to beat. I show you the total stats for this champion right now. HP is high. Just in case I intend to use him for any other content, I built his HP so that that shield will be fat that he puts on my allies. At that 20% or 30% if somebody goes down. And then his crit rate, crit damage, I didn't focus on that. I focused all on speed because I already have Gnut, G-Not, as they say, doing crazy damage for that Fire Knight. So I do not need any other person coming in right there to begin to, look as if they want to struggle for damage. I rather for them to struggle for speed and help Gnut take numerous turns. So that's why I put this high amount of speed. 309 is speed you normally see on champions in the arena of or Hydra Nightmare. But he is coming right here with 309 for Fire Knight Hard as the speed. My Farakin the Fat is also over 300 speed. That shows you my 2 ally attack champions I'm going to be using for that content have high speed. I've seen some players even using 1 ally attack champions because they are so fast and they can recycle their skills before the Fire Knight can even come around. The turn meter is down again. It's all about keeping that turn meter down or breaking the shield fast. We'll say that's why I went towards the speed. If you can aim for 200 to 250, it's fine. This is Fire Knight Hard. We need a higher speed than just 200. That's why I built this champion this high. Accuracy not needed, so resistance took that spot with 227 instead. And you can see the HP is the only thing I focused on. Not attack, not defense, just speed and HP. Those are the 2 stats I focused on and got a little bit of crit rate so I can do some damage to the wave at least. At least. All right. That's the build right here for my champion. I'll show you some of the stats. You see speed on almost every artifact right here. Speed, triple speed right here. This one also has speed. I didn't even go crit damage on the glove this time around because I wasn't looking for damage. I went crit rate to meet that crit rate requirement and still got some speed added to it with speed boots. One set of speed artifacts right here. HP on the chest, of course, for more HP, and then speed right here with speed substats. I mean, speed ascension. I want speed on this champion. And then I went for the banner. Is going to be HP because that's the second stat I need after speed. And then crit damage right here, just to give me a little bit, 170 crit damage or 180. And then HP on the ring. That's how I went. And now for masteries for my Lonatharil, I went towards the L8 recommendations for a general mastery. Since this is a champion that needs to play shield, this is the best one for him. Increase his HP a little bit and then increase the value of the shield he plays. Those are the 2 ones that are important on this support role. He won't benefit much from this defense role. And then the only way he's doing damage for my team is War Master with his A1s. That's the only way he's adding to the damage for the boss at least. And then that's the masteries on him. If you have other anywhere you want to use him, check out L8 and other sources for other mastery recommendation, or make changes to this one to suit where you want to use him. I just focus on that shielding and that War Master. Those are the 2 things I need, nothing else. I don't have blessings for this champion, but for any champion I'm going to be using for dungeon bosses, since he's a legendary champion, I don't want to go towards cruelty. I want to normally go towards either brimstone. That's brimstone normally we see. Even if it's a damage dealer, we'll still go brimstone. Just even if the Fire Knight is not going to take any damage, like he's not going to take any turn, I mean, still want to go maybe brimstone. Let me know if there's another blessing recommendations. That's the normal one I see on anybody going against PvE content against bosses, because normally we'll let the boss take a turn, then hits us, then this brimstone activates. But if you're going to use this Lonatharil for content like the Hydra, that brimstone will also be very, very useful for you. I don't think Soul Rip, Commanding Presence, Phantom Touch, no. It's only this one that is the second option that I'm looking at, since it's the battle that goes on for long. Cruelty seems like something else if you don't want to go towards brimstone, or if your Fire Knight Hard is not getting any turns at all. All right, it's time for us to test this champion out in content. I'm going to put him to the test in only 1 content, and hopefully that's enough example to see how he can work and help your team in every other content. Ally attack, like I said, that's the only reason why I'm having him in my team. I'm not going to be trying to use his A2 or A1 much, but we'll see it in battle. So this is Fire Knight Hard. The reason why I'm building this team together is because I'm trying to get to Fire Knight Hard 10. That's why I'm putting pieces by pieces. You've seen other videos, or I don't know if you've seen other videos where I built all these other champions you can see in the list, and finally he is adding to the list of champions who is going to help me progress slowly to that Fire Knight Hard. And this is the team I'm intending to use. So who else is going to replace right now? This is the champion he's going to be replacing in my team. Her name is Lonatharil, and this is what she does in the team for me. This is it. Teams up with 3 random allies. So she teams up with 3. And sometimes when she teams up with 3, Gino does not join that attack. So that's why I'm taking her out of the team, because she's not reliable. How can you team up with 3 when we are 5? Join with everybody. Let's go take down this Fire Knight Hard boss. So that's why I'm taking her out of the team. She does have other more, maybe increased crit rate and increased attack, My Gnot doesn't do damage based on attack, so I don't need this increased attack. That's another reason why she's dropping out of the team. If you have a damage dealer who does damage based on attack, like this champion was his face, Yakar, he does damage based on attack. But since he's not the main source of damage, that's why I'm switching her out. If you do not know, Gnot does damage based on defense. So if you wanted to actually benefit Gnot, you need to do increase defense for him, not increase attack. So he's the MVP right here. And sometimes I might even need to take out Yakar. If this works fine, Yakar will drop out of this team and be replaced with somebody else. But not yet though, we are still progressing. And that's why I'm just explaining how Lonatharil fits into this team perfectly instead of Yakar the Scourge. There are areas where it will be negative affinity where it doesn't even matter. Lonatharil will still fit in any other content because ally attack does not care whether it's affinity or not. Every other allies who are joining the attack will use their A1s and it will be based on their own affinity. Now for the presets, I'll always set them to start the battle. He's going to start the battle with his ally attack. Prioritize it, use it all the time, and then turn off this skill. Remember, I have reflex set on me, so I turn this off totally for the boss. I do not want him to use this skill at all. So he's gonna use only this A1 and this. That's the preset. And now to just be safe, I want him not to use this skill or open with it and never use it. Open with it and never use it. So I want it to be available by the time we get to the boss. And then for the first battle, I don't even want him to use it at all. I don't know if Farrakhan the Fat is opening with his, yes, he's opening with his own, so he can open with his own on this part. All right, let's see how it goes. Maybe I can even tell him to open with it at the first skill and not use it. It will be available by the time we get to the boss. So that's my presets. Let me see how this run goes. This is stage 6. I already beat it comfortably, successfully with Lanakis. Hopefully Lonatharil does not fail me and it goes successful. Let's see. Wish me luck. This is the hardest content so far in raid. All right, that's Farrakhan the Fat telling everybody to join the attack. Now I want to see Lonatharil telling everybody to join the attack. I'll put it on slow speed because we actually want to see the skills of this champion in action and how it works. He's probably going to target the same champion, but let me just auto. And he joined the attack. Everybody joined the attack. That's why he's better than Lanakis for this role, at least for this ally attack at least. So they do all have increased crit damage, although that's mostly from Farrakhan the Fat who also have it. So you probably don't need 2 champions with increased crit damage doing stuff for you, but hey, the more the merrier, I guess. So all right, we'll see what Lonatharil can do. Let me test out his A2. Why not? Okay, I wanted to see if that what do you call it, reflex set took effect. No, I'm not gonna use it. Let me use the A1. I want to see when the reflex set will reset the cooldown of my skill. It did not happen, but he did decrease the enemy max HP of this champion he just hit right there. So let's be careful, let nobody die. I just wanted to see his skills in battle and how it works. And we'll see this A2 and Gnot take down this champion almost. So that's why I brought Gnot around, because I usually don't run this on manual. I just want to see Lonatharil using the skill. Yes, it worked. That skill was on a 2-turn cooldown and it just went to a 1-turn available again for us to use immediately. But I set it to be used once in battle and not used. Let me see what the A2 can do. I'm not testing his damage because I did not build him with damage. Let me just use it. He does put a shield on all of us, big shield, and then he attacks. I thought you attack first before he pulls the shield. That's dangerous though in some content, putting a shield on yourself. All right, double time speed. We've seen how it works. His A1, his A2, and his A3. Because I wanted to be sure. Decrease the cooldown, he did it again. That reflex set is working. He used this A2 again. Who told him to use his A2? I need to lock out the A2. No. I probably need some shield in case some of these allies get a turn, or I mean some of these enemies get any ideas and get a turn. So he's joining the attack again. Ally attack. Lonatharil. We didn't freeze all of them, but no problem. We're gonna decrease the cooldown, the atomic I mean. He's going to use his A2 now. He did, and it decreased the cooldown. Well, I hope he's decreasing the cooldown of the ally attack so it can be available when we get to the boss right now. He decreased the cooldown again. Reflex set is working. Reflex set or relentless set, anyone you need or have, put it on him. You can see it working almost every time. 40% chance to decrease the cooldown is a high chance that it will happen. So that ally attack will always be available. I want to see how many times you will use it against this boss. Now, if you use it a lot, I might not need a lot of champions for this battle. All right, take down the boss. All right, let's slow down now for the boss. Let's see how the battle goes. 1 speed. This is the moment of truth. To see if I can progress to 7, 8, 9, I need this to work perfectly. So that's the A1 from this dude going in. Farrakhan the Fat is calling everybody, but he does not join the attack. He's just standing there. They are doing this thing again. Right. Now he's his turn. Everybody join in. Everybody did join in, and the shield is down. Tomita is down. Tomita is down. So that means I can go to stage 7. I wanted to be sure it works on 6. If it's 100% secure on 6, I will go to stage 7. Increase accuracy, I don't need. Now I'm seeing how long it will take for him to use this ally attack again. He just decreased the cooldown. Reflect working. Gnot, gnot, gnot. See? It's working perfectly. Alright, he's gonna do the ally attack again, I hope. I hope. He's even gonna do it before Farrakhan the Fat. Yes! Yes! Reflect is working. Reflex set is working. Tomita is down again. So this is a perfect time for me to push 6, 7, 8. Let me see how far I can go. Not in this video though. Maybe in a different video I'll show you how I beat the Fire Knight up to stage 10. If he made it possible, I'll let you guys know that Lonatharil was the one who made it possible for me, because Lanakis could not do it. Sometimes Gnot does not join. Sometimes somebody else who has freeze on the A1 does not join. I need that freeze on the A1 champion to always join the ally attack, and he made that possible for me in the team. So I hope this shows you how you can use this champion in content like the Fire Knight had, and also maybe gave you a little bit of idea of how you can help you in not just Fire Knight had, but other dungeons where you need an ally attack champion. I don't know whether you want to use his A2 or his A1 the most, but his A3 is what I built him for, and that's how I'm going to be using him. So with this team, I'll push on to the next thing and see if I can boost to stage 7 and 8, decreasing the cooldown of his skills again. Damn, he's going to use his ally attack a lot, but that does not mean, I don't think I still can do this with only one ally attack champion. He's going to end this battle for me with his own ally attack. Just watch. He's going to be the one ending this battle. And that's it. 1, 2, 3. Well, the boss still survived, but you get the point. He made it possible for Gnot to keep the stomach of this boss down the entire time with his A1 consistently, and that's the power of Lonatharil. Now, I didn't just get this idea by myself. You can check out the Hades recommendations right there. You can find teams you can use in Fire Knight stage. Then you see a lot of players are always using this champion in the team. Right here, Lonatharil. Right here, Lonatharil. Right here again, Lonatharil. So he's been on a team of people who have been beating Fire Knight hard stage 10 for a long time. So I thought I'll add into my team, and finally I found value right now because I learned from others right here from the hit rate optimizer. If you want to check out teams, you can use this tool and find out which teams best suit you for the content you're trying to beat. So that's where I got the idea from, to test him out, to bring him out of my vault, and I do not regret it. Like I said, let me know in the comments how you built your Lonatharil. Is he also in a reflex set, or you built him in an early game content? Where do you use him beside Fire Knight Hat 10? I'd like to know. Go to the comments below and drop your comments. Is there any other champion you want me to take a look at? I'll always be willing to build them and do a champion guide about them after I test them to see if it helps my account or not. He's definitely going to be helpful, even if it's just for one content. Like, subscribe for more daily raid Shadowlands content. Later, guys.